Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The honorable judges, my dear brothers and sisters, before we start, I want all of you to visualize. Now let's imagine. Imagine you're standing in the middle of a forest, surrounded by trees. You can even smell the scent of woods and raindrops after the rain. All of that feels calming yet refreshing. And see, all of that may seem somewhat impossible, especially with your current situation with living in a crowded city with lots of pollution. I know, it's suffocating, but all of that actually exists here in Indonesia, our beautiful green country. And how can we restore it back again? The answer is by using renewable energy as our main energy sources. Hello, my name is Chaleedya Nissrin. I'm from KSBS Senior High School Tasikmalaya, and today I'm going to talk about renewable energy optimization. My dear brothers and sisters, in any discussion about climate change, renewable energy usually tops the list of the world can implement to stave off the worst effects of rising temperatures. And that's because renewable energy such as solar and wind don't emit carbon dioxide that contribute to global warming. My dear brothers and sisters, the first one is hydropower. For centuries, people have harnessed the energy of river currents, using dams to control water flow. And did you know that hydropower is the world's biggest natural source for renewable energy, by far, with China, Brazil, Canada, the US, and Russia, the leading hydropower producers. But even though hydropower is theoretically a clean energy, it also has several drawbacks. Large dams can disrupt river ecosystem. It can displace the residents around it. But dams aren't the only way to use water for power. Instead, we can use tidal and wave energy projects around the world aimed to capture the ocean's natural rhythm. Marine energy projects around the world currently generate an estimated 500 megawatts of power. My dear brothers and sisters, the second one is solar power. From home rooftops to utility-scale farms, solar power is reshaping the whole power energy markets around the world. In the decade from 2017 and 2007, the solar power has a total estimated electricity of a whopping 4,300%. And in addition to solar panels, which converts solar power, the sun's heat, into electricity, the CSP plants use mirrors to concentrate the sun's heat, deriving thermal energy instead. Solar power is a flexible type of energy, okay? And solar power, but still, solar power still has a long way to go, okay? But by far, with China, Japan, and the US are leading the solar transformation. My dear brothers and sisters, now let's move on to biomass energy. So biomass energy includes biofuels such as ethanol and biodiesel, wood and wood waste, and biogas from landfills. So biomass is a flexible type of energy. It is able to fuel bicycles, heat buildings, and produce electricity. But biomass can raise thorny issues as well. Critics of corn-based ethanol, for example, say it competes with the food markets for corn and supports the same harmful agricultural practices, such as wild algae blooms. And similar debates have erupted over whether it's a good idea to ship wood pellets from the US forest over to Europe so that it can be burned for electricity. My dear brothers and sisters, last but not least, there is geothermal energy. So geothermal energy has been used for thousands of years in some countries for cooking and heating. Geothermal energy is derived from the Earth's internal heat. On a large scale, underground reservoirs of steam and hot water can be tapped through wells that go at 2 kilometers deep underground or more. On a small scale, some buildings have heat pumps of geothermal that can be used for heating and cooling. But geothermal energy is always available, not like solar. But geothermal energy has some issues that need to be managed, such as the rotten egg smell. My dear brothers and sisters, from all of that renewable energy sources, we can conclude that Indonesia has the opportunity to be able to use renewable energy as our main energy. Renewable energy is a necessity. Instead of waiting, we better initiate it. This is an aspiration that needs to be realized. My dear brothers and sisters, imagine whether your state could ever be powered by 100% renewables. Well, no matter where you live, scientist Mark Jacobson believes it's possible. That vision is laid out here. And while his analysis is not without critics, it punctuates a reality with which the world must now reckon. This is an aspiration that needs to be realized. And if we want our lease on planet to be renewed, our energy will have to be renewable. That's all from me. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.